All right, guys, welcome to this full tour of this Tuscan farmhouse. I can't wait to show it to you. I think the builder's inside. Let's go see.
For the past 66 years, the Parade of Homes has showcased the best of the best new and remodeled homes in Orlando. My name is Justin, and as your event host and MC, I get to tour you through this year's entries. Welcome to the 2020 Parade of Homes.
Hello.
Look at that. It's Greg Hardwick from Hardwick General Contracting.
What's the passcode?
Tuscany?
Well, welcome to our Tuscan Farmhouse. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So, Greg, I'm so excited to show our viewers the full tour of this Tuscan farmhouse. Now, right away, you can see the beautiful front elevation. Tell us what went into the build of this home.
Let me start by talking to you a little bit about the renovation, because it is a renovation.
That's right.
The elements of the existing home we used was this little piece of the garage, and then there's a piece of the music room up there that were all part of the original home. The rest of it, unfortunately, disappeared. This was modeled after a Tuscan farmhouse that the owners had actually visited. We got a lot of pictures throughout the build of exactly the elements that they wanted. One of my favorite pieces, though, is this tower coming up the middle, because you have the reclaimed brick columns, and then you go into a stained cedar, and then you go into more reclaimed brick, all surrounded by this veneer stone. So it's just one of my favorite elements of the home, because you see all the different textures going up in one common element.
And tell us more about this well over here. I heard there's some historical element to it.
It is. So that well is actually the pump house for their well. So it's not an actual well where we're getting water from. It's getting pumped out of the ground. And it was done with the same reclaimed brick, but also you can see the real gooey mortar lines we used, which is something else that they really wanted. And you'll see that more throughout the house too. That lid on the well is made from a 200-year oak reclaimed wood, and the owners are really tickled about it. They love it.
And speaking of historical elements that really tie the theme together, tell me about this olive tree right here in front.
They brought in an olive tree from Spain that's 80 years old. So that thing came all the way from Spain and was transplanted right here at this house. So one of the other elements, Justin, is because this was a remodel and the existing home was here, we were able to keep a lot of the existing landscape in place. So there's some very mature oaks in the front yard that were protected throughout the entire construction process. This home's also certified under the Florida Green Building Coalition Green Home Standard as a gold green home, gold certification level. If I were to describe our owner and what he was looking for here, he wanted this house perfectly imperfect. The pattern we used for the wood floor and how to lay out the wood floors was very unprecise, because he didn't want repeating patterns and those type of things.
For that authenticity.
Exactly.
Great. Well, the front looks amazing. It reminds me of being in Italy just this past November. I cannot wait to see what's inside this home. So let's go.
So before we go in the home, I wanted to point out one other thing. You know, here's the reclaimed brick that we're using. And this is actually a faux wood. It's made in forms of real wood, and then they use a resin-based product in those forms to make this essentially a maintenance-free wood. So it's a faux wood. Some other elements that they really wanted here was this little garden courtyard. And at one point we had it with a pretty massive pergola, but they felt like that was going to interrupt or take away from the front elevation components, and so we backed all that off and just made it a pebble stone courtyard. Come on in, Justin.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the wow factor. I mean, when you come in here, we have this elevated bridge that takes you from the upper guest wing to the kids wing. You're looking at this beautiful pool with the slide and rock element to it. I mean, what Tuscan farmhouse doesn't have a beautiful pool on the lakeside?
I mean, it's a little bit Florida with a little bit Tuscan, but that's okay. It looks amazing.
That's right. That's right. So I was telling you a little bit about this bridge. This was the transitional piece to take the kids' wing, which there's 4 kids' bedrooms up here, and then the entertainment and guest bedroom up here. There's a movie room over on that side. So again, one of the things I mentioned outside is the use of mixed materials, and we saw that on the exterior elevation. You're going to see that a lot on the interior elevation. There's probably 7 or 8 different types of wood species in here, from the reclaimed wood floors. These floors are engineered wood, but the veneer level is made from reclaimed distilleries and barns from the Tennessee, Kentucky area, the southeast. This was picked up in Sanford. This is going to be a reclaimed piece that the owners go into the shop and look through, an acre of different types of wood laying around, some of it organized, some of it not, and pick that special piece that they want to use as their mantle. You can see some of the other stone veneer elements in here. We get over to the kitchen. You can see the reclaimed Chicago brick, which came off real buildings. It's cut in a veneer, so they take the real brick and they slice it off so that you can create a lightweight brick veneer. So this kitchen is unbelievable. The natural stone countertop, the handmade light fixture over the dining room, Thermador appliances, 2 dishwashers, the copper sink. Everything is done just exactly the way they want it and exactly the way they asked. In fact, when we first installed the cabinetry, they wanted it distressed just a little bit more. So we took it back and added more distressing. This pantry, a little unconventional. I guess this would be called a scullery now, because it's really just open. It's just an extension of the kitchen, but it's really just a very big pantry. And as we get over into the mudroom, you'll see this element again of the reclaimed brick for flooring, which is something that I've seen at hotels like the Ritz and those type of things, but we've never really put it in a home. And it's actually worked out really, really well. It's beautiful.
Very nice. I like how even from the prep sink you can see out to the lake and the swimming pool.
I'd like to show you what I think is the perfect mudroom scenario. You have this hallway here, which has the 3-car garage off this way, the side entry this way, with a Dutch door, which is something that we don't do in Florida quite a bit, or very often. So that is something that the owner specifically wanted. And then with the 4 boys, they had to have a place to put all the stuff. So this mudroom arrangement, as you can see, is being used very efficiently, but this was designed for the kids. And then you see the large laundry room.
I love all the textures in here. Farmhouse sink, lots of natural light.
And then this would be the pool exit and the pool bath, again with the flooring continuing through the entire area.
All right, so master wing is on this side. You got the big staircase going up to this bridge
That's right.
if you will, over to the guest rooms, but you have the downstairs owner suite, which we're going to check out right now.
Let's do it. So the owner suite kind of starts in this area. This is a transition area. Having a brick column in your powder bath isn't something that everyone asks for all the time. In this case, we added that element in too. We had some extra brick veneer.
Well, that's what your guests see. They see that powder bath. So that's the trend now, is to have something unique in that half bath for them to check out.
That's right. But this is a Florida Green Building certified home, certified at the gold level. So it's very energy efficient. And we did a lot of things in the construction process to make the environmental impact less. And here we actually have the his and hers entries into the shower. We have your traditional clawfoot tub, the separated vanities, water closet over here. But this is one of the things that we do a lot in our custom homes is we do a curbless shower. So there's no curb and there's no recess. The floor just kind of flows into the shower. And I have to say, this is one of the first times we've done the shower heads between the windows like this. So you're getting the privacy at the same time and you're able to see outside. I don't play piano.
I was going to say, this was put here for you, right?
No. I mean, I would like to have been playing music through the entire construction process, but I don't. The owners obviously do, and they have their music corner with a music room. Fun guitars and a little record player, and kind of a cool little chill out place to listen to some tunes. And what we did in this room, again, is we added to the insulation of the interior walls to dampen some of the sound that would be coming out of this room.
And it looks out to that front courtyard.
Oh yeah.
With the mature oak trees.
So the stairway is made from the same wood as the floors. It's a little thicker. We use a little bit of a thicker product, but it's the same wood. It's just not a veneer or an engineered wood for our treads. So Justin, here we are on the transitional bridge, and what this does is really takes you to the kids' area. 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. So 2 ensuite baths and then a Jack and Jill. Just a nice little transition area, make a little noise, but still be able to escape back to your room.
How high is this ceiling right here?
This ceiling here is about 16 feet.
In addition to...
We're about 13 feet off the finished floor.
Right, so just to give you perspective, that's approximately a 3-story building.
Right.
To the height of this room.
Yes, volume. They really wanted volume. In fact, one of the things that we changed kind of midstream was the layout of the trusses. Really kind of tried to square in this tower to isolate it. And as we got into designing and laying this out, we actually redesigned some of the truss and the truss layout to really make it more open. Okay, so let me show you the other wing of the second floor of this transitional bridge. And this would be the guest wing and the entertainment room. We won't really call it a theater room, although you'd be really surprised on how big this TV is. We insulated the floors more than most people would, and again, just the overall energy efficiency and the level of insulation we put in just helps keep the sound in this room. Kind of a multi-purpose bathroom from the theater and for the guest bedroom. And here's our guest bedroom again, and another second floor bedroom with a vaulted ceiling. So let me take you out to the Lanai. Well, let's just take in the view first.
Yeah, come on out.
Deck. The elevation here to kind of give you a little bit of an infinity edge look. We've opened up that area of the screen, have a continuous open look to the boat dock and the lake. Everybody needs a slide and rock formation.
Yeah, I think you can train the dog to go down the slide, right?
That's right. Again, more mixed materials. This is a rough sawn stained cedar. We have the faux wood on the rafter tails and the T&G eaves. These large beams in here were also faux wood.
And there's more of this.
The gooey mortar.
Again, the theme is
perfectly imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
Huge pool deck. We have the sloping lot, and you know, you're with the elevation changes and the tiers, you can see the curve on the pool. Again, when you're in that pool, it's taking away from the other obstacles that you may have with your traditional screen and really giving you good sight lines all the way to the lake.
I love how you kept the mature oak, giving you some shade and making the house feel old world.
That's right. We worked around that oak through the entire construction process. There's another one over there. We really worked very closely with the owners to surgically remove just the trees that we needed to, and then surgically cut the trees we were going to keep us from building into the tree. So this is even a little closer than probably normal, but again, just trying limb by limb to be as precise as we could so it all fit.
Well, Greg, I really want to appreciate and say thanks to both you and your team and the owners and to Parade of Homes for allowing us access to this home, which is not open to the public. There's so many changes that have gone into this home, and you can tell you've really put a lot of heart and soul into this build.
Oh, absolutely. Our entire team has, you know, so everybody on the Hardwick construction team, our employees, our trade partners, they all made it happen together. The architect really worked with us on all the changes. The interior designer, extremely flexible through the entire process. And the owner's very, very patient. You know, sometimes, you know, when you make little subtle design changes, it takes time, you know, to work that through the design process, to re-procure material and stuff. So, you know, these type of things, when you make them this specialized to this family, takes some time. And they were very patient through the process as well. They were great homeowners. And we love the Parade of Homes. We do it every year that we can. We're so excited that we were able to showcase this home this year. So thank you, Greater Orlando Builders Association, for putting that thing on every year.
And thank you for watching at home. I want you to stay safe. Be sure and subscribe to this channel to see more exclusive tours of Parade Homes entries here in 2020. Until next time, it's been Justin Pekarek, your Orlando Property Advisor.